Hey everybody, Steve the Dean Williams here, themanmindset.com, and on today's video we're going to talk about the next transition for a lot of you guys that move a woman in and you're ready to take the relationship to the next level. How do you handle the finances, and what are some of the things that you need to make sure that she knows before she gets a key into your house or before you accept her key? Hey, what's going on here? It's Steve Dean Williams, www.themanmindset.com. Okay, for a lot of you guys, you're ready to make the next turn. You're ready to go to the next phase. And the next phase is basically you're going to start to live together. You had your first powwow and you decided to go to a relationship. Now you're ready to go and to live together, and it's time to have your second powwow. Well, here's the thing, guys. Now, before you give her a key or accept her key, there's some things that you really need to talk about and go over. Money is one of the most important things, because at this point, you know, y'all are coming together and everything should be split. But with that being said, guys, I expect your credit history to be good, guys. I mean, at least half decent. I don't want you to go into debt, and I don't want you to be in a relationship where she's in serious debt or has bad credit. Because if things go further on, her debt will become your debt, and we don't want that. So one thing that's really important is y'all need to sit down and look over the books. You need to be honest with her and tell her all the things that's going on with you financially, and you need to expect the same thing from her. You need to make sure that she has all of her ducks lined up. You need to see all of her bills and everything that she's spending money on, as well as you. Now, don't forget. Now, and the reason I say this is because if you're really serious about going towards marriage, this is very important. But if you're not serious, you're just living together just to live together, it's not that important. It's just the basis of, okay, we'll split the electric bill and the rent down in half. That's it. But if you're looking towards a relationship, then it's time to look at the books and say, okay, well, we need to better form this correctly and come up with an idea and a plan so we can save money for a future and not end up in debt. Because I've always say debt is one of the things that kills a lot of relationships. So guys, this is going to be really short, very important. You write down and y'all sit down and you go over all of the bills. You go over the credit, you go over things that she owes, and y'all discuss what needs to be paid. Remember, it's not your job at this point to pay any of her bills that she's fucked up, and it's not her job to pay any of the bills that you fucked up. The bottom line right here is just the rent, lights, maybe cable. But I would recommend that y'all have a different account for entertainment purposes that both of y'all put money into. Instead of, I don't want you to feel like you're paying for everything, and I don't want her to feel like she's paying for everything. I would say put $5 or $10 in a pot, and we call that, you know, entertainment for the two of you, where you can go out to eat, go to a movie, and enjoy each other's company, where one person is not paying for everything. We don't want that. But again, this is just the living in together, the moving in phase, and with that phase, there has to be also conversations of the male friends, the YouTubing, I'm not the YouTubing, but the Facebooking and chatting and all that stuff. Very important, because at this point, there will be no men calling your household past a certain time. You put that time up. Now again, for me, I didn't ever have that problem because I wouldn't tolerate that. But for a lot of you guys, you may tolerate that. So you give them a curfew, 6, 7 o'clock. Don't be calling my house at 10, 11 o'clock like that. Don't disrespect me, because now I'm man of the house and I'm trying to be a leader of that house. So this is a very important time for you to start laying down alpha codes, your laws, rules, and codes, especially when it comes to a relationship and it comes to living together. Now, with that being said, if she is not happy with what you're saying, and she doesn't feel comfortable and she wants to still talk to her friends, still hang out with her male friends and all this other stuff, you know what you have to do. We're going to fall back. We're not living together. I'm not giving you a key, and I'm not going to take yours. Now, with that being said, one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to type of like what I call a pressure relationship where the other person feels like, okay, well, I'll do it for you. I don't want you to do anything. Don't force her to do anything that she doesn't want to do herself. And you are the same way. You lay down the laws, rules, and codes as a man and leave it at that. And from that point, let the chips fall where they may. But under no circumstances, there will be no male friends calling and popping up and all that other stuff she used to do, because if you're serious about having a relationship, it's time to key on your future and not everybody else's future and all the gossip and all the bullshit. But again, there's so many things that y'all gonna have to discuss and talk about, and I will have that on the future book that I'm working on. But right now, that's going to be the end of this show, but not the end of the conversation. Guys, if you want to conversate more, go to www.themanmindset.com. There you have podcast, live radio shows. We have a great radio show every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Friday evening at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All the information is there. Just go there and check it out. Free podcasts, boot camps, and everything like that. And don't forget, guys, go ahead and subscribe also when you get to the website, just to get updates on the site. No advertising whatsoever. No spam or newsletters. Just when we put something up, you'll have access to it. But the last thing I want to say, guys, is very important, because at this phase, this is a huge phase, because you're moving your stuff. Either she's moving her stuff to your place or you're doing it to hers. And this is the time, before you do that, you have to have a real serious powwows of things you're going to accept, things you won't. And it's got to be some behavior modification as well as spending money. Because as leader of the house, you got to make sure the money is intact, because the money will be the cause of a lot of debts and a lot of problems. But anyway, guys, I could go on this one for a long period of time. Just be patient. Talk, get everything out that you need, and go from there. Anyway, I'm the Dean, and I will talk to you later.